Hello everyone! This is just a quick video to show you how to get started with the Arachnotron Doom launcher. This is a simple launcher for GZDoom, but also it can be used for several other Doom source ports as well. So to get started, you'll open it up, you should get a blank frame like this, some default profiles. This is a custom one I've loaded in. But yeah, the first thing we're going to do is click the engine button down here. And you want to add, if you click the plus here, you can add as many engines as you want. You want to add your first one, which is going to be for, in this example, GZDoom. This launcher is available for Windows and Linux. So on Linux, you just want to set the executable path to GZDoom. And you can name the engine whatever you want, but it's important to give it a consistent name that all the profiles are going to be using as well. You can also optionally put in a path for a config if you want a specific config for your game. If you leave it blank, it'll just use whatever the default config for the engine is. You can also click these little file buttons here to open up a file browser. So in Windows you want to click this button and you want to find wherever you've got GZDoom.exe and select that. And that's your engine setup. You can also add multiple engines, like I think this probably should work with Doomsday, I think there's GZDoom and several other source ports, maybe even Doom Legacy. I haven't really tested it on those, but there's no reason why it shouldn't. It just adds arguments to the launch command, so yeah. The next thing you want to do, you want to click the little, I can't really make it out, but it's an Arachnotron button, and here you can load in all of your iWads. So I've got quite a few iWads already set up here. But you can click this find in folder button, and with this it'll bring up a file dialog, and you just find a folder with all of your iWads in. Just select that folder and it'll automatically detect your doom.wad, doom2.wad and any other like official WAD sort of thing, like Heretic, Hexen, Final Doom, etc. And when you're done with that, you can click close, and that's your iWad setup. If you're doing these manually, make sure you give them a consistent names. It's got to be Doom 2 with a space and all that. These are used by the profiles, so these names have to be accurate. Otherwise, you have to edit the profiles yourself to make them use the correct iWad. Finally, if there's a series of Doom mods that provide their own Arachnotron mod profile, which you can include just with a few JSON files, you can click this button down here. And it'll bring up a file browser where you can select one or more JSON files and load in that entire profile's category and any other profile within that category. So in this case we've got the Nephrite mod, which is a mod in progress, and we've got several profiles here where it just mods different versions of the game. So we've got like classical Nephrite Doom. You can also set up custom backgrounds and basically make all sorts of custom profiles, but this is more advanced usage of the launcher. You just want to click this button here for any mod that has its own series of profiles. So to launch a game, you can click any category here. Different profiles can be tagged multiple categories, so this Nephrite one that I've loaded in is actually coming up in Strife, Hexen, Heretic and Doom as well. So in this case we want to go to Doom 2 Hell on Earth. We can click that. Here we can drag in any extra WADs or PK3s or whatever you want to do to load in. You can just drag and drop them in, and you can also set up many other game properties, like a map you want to start and a skill level. You can choose a player class, so it's got Doom player here for Doom mod. You can also type in a custom class if you're playing a mod that adds other classes, and then we've got other properties as well, like no monsters and stuff like that. Finally, for multiplayer, you can turn this on and you can put the IP in you want to join, or you can swap to a host, and then you can put in, generally these default settings are fine. I always find DUP of 7, and I think I use I don't think I use extra ticks actually, but yeah, a DUP of 7 seems to work. Actually, I'll double check. We're going to multiplayer here. 6, yeah, I find 6 performs really nice. Just a tip there. But yeah, so you got multiplayer here. If you're streaming, I found we use this for streaming, and we're putting like a random IP address in here. You can click this to blur, so you're not going to be leaking your IP address if you're using this on stream at all. So handy little extra feature there. And finally, you can just click launch to launch Doom. You can also click generate here to see what command's been generated if you want to use that for something else. So you can see if you put no monsters on and freeze on start, hit generate, see it's added plus freeze, no monsters. So it's handy to be able to just grab the command as well. You can also add in a custom CVARs here as well. So if I go back to one of my modded ones, you can see this mod adds quite a few little spawner CVARs to they're all added via ZScript. So you can just put the properties in here and organize them a bit, and you can see if I generate this one, we're going to get all sorts of these plus sets added to the thing, and these are all consistent with this. Also some additional arguments down there as well. So yeah, to launch a game you can just click launch. Better turn multiplayer off, or it'll just be looking to join an IP. And see if we generate now, let's took that off. This should launch GZDoom. I'll tell you what, we'll go into map 3, skill level 3. You can load game and all that stuff as well. So that should take us to map 3, skill 3. There should be no monsters. Oh, that's not fun. Swap the fast monsters and make them respawn. We'll go pseudo nightmare, and it should also put freeze on as well. There we go. Yeah, all frozen. So my accuracy is really bad today for some reason. But yeah, there you go. Now the last step is the customization of this launcher. So its main PowerPoint is, it looks, I like to think it looks pretty, but yeah, you can add a new category down here, give it a name. So we'll just call this one test. Choose where you want to save it. So this is just a file name somewhere on your system that you want to save it. You can also pick an icon image that's displayed down here as well. So just hit save. See, we've got test here. That's a new category. Now in the category we can add a new profile. We can also edit a category here, so we can edit an existing one by clicking here as well. We can also reset it to when it was last loaded. There's also a refresh button. We used to use Git repo to keep our categories in sync, so the refresh worked. But yeah, if you edit a category outside of the Doom launcher, you can just hit refresh and it should work. You can also remove a category if you're not happy with it. So here we can click add profile, and now we can make a brand new profile. So choose your IWAD. This is all based on the IWADs you've added. Give it a name, so let's call it test again. And you can choose where you want to save the profile. Oops, not sure why Godot's opened there. I am running updates, so it's probably just recompiled itself. You can choose an icon location, that's for the big tile. You can also choose the background image. So we had like a nice purple background in one of the Nephrite ones. You can also added this on request to someone who wanted like a see-through tile. So you can choose that, and you can use like see-through images for the icon tiles as well. So down here you can choose what categories it's in. So we'll add this to the test category, and we'll add it to heretic as well, just as an example. You can add what classes are available, so your Doom player, and maybe this is a Wolfenstein mod, so some mod adds wolf player as a class. You can also inherit from another profile, so we can get in, if we're going to go down the heretic route, we can find the heretic, where is it? Hexing, that's right here. Yeah, we can choose heretic, and now the heretic profile, anything that loads in, this will load in as well. So this will load in heretic.wad, but then it'll change the WAD over to doom2.wad. So maybe it's for heretic mods that use Doom 2 or whatever. But yeah, any extra WADs you can add here as well. So if I go to Doom, and have them in mods, Heretic maps, Quest for Crystal Skulls, that's quite a fun one. We can pop that in. Now this profile will always have Quest for Crystal Skulls map set as well. Might as well set the IWAD to Heretic. And yeah, oh yeah, you can also choose your engine here if you have more engines. This is why the names are important for these as well. And CVARs and additional arguments that you want for this profile as well, and then you hit save. And now we're in the launch view for this profile, so you can choose the map you want to start in, skill level and all that, and it should just hopefully work. If I go back to test, you can see there's the test profile we made for this Heretic profile. You can see it's got like a metal background because I haven't chosen an image. If we were to enable this hide tile background, go back, you can see it's see-through now for those that want like a see-through background. So all configurability. And finally, we should just be able to hit launch. It should bring up Heretic. There we go, Quest for the Crystal Skulls. So now you can make like a profile here, and then say you want to play Quest for the Crystal Skulls, but you want to put, I don't know, the Wolfenstein total don't judge me. I tried GZDoom for the lols. Okay. Let's say you want to put Castlevania in. You can put that in additional resources, and this probably won't work because I think this is a Doom 2 mod. So who knows what will happen? Oh, there you go. Castlevania mod on Heretic. Yeah, well, there you go. You don't need Doom 2.wad, you can play it on Heretic.wad. This is a great mod. Yeah, this isn't a playthrough. You can see this is Quest for the Crystal Skulls Heretic with the Castlevania mod. So yeah, it's just really handy if you have a constant setup of mods that you like to use, but then you want to like change your map around a lot constantly. I ended up doing this for our Nephrite stuff. If we go to Nephrite Doom mod, here at the minute I'm playing, I forget what it's called, Funwad, but I've also got a little extra override thing that fixes some weapon sets. If I edit the profile, you can see this is the default profile where we're loading in a few folders, and then we've got several PK3s for like better fonts and other stuff like that, and it's just nice to have all of this saved into a profile. There's player classes as well. We've got a few classes and loads of CVARs. It's just nice to have all that in a profile, and then on top of that we can do extra, like, okay, let's play this stack of WADs, like maybe some weapon WADs and stuff, but let's keep changing the map around. And you can also share these profiles just by copying the JSON files over to a friend's computer, and it means everything's ready for multiplayer. So you can just hit on multiplayer, and you know you're both going to have the exact same setup, so it's all going to work, hopefully. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the Arachnotron Doom launcher. I'm just going to remove these because I don't want them. There's also a nice all view where you can see everything. There's also a little quick launch button here. This double arrow should just like immediately launch that profile. There we go. Hellforged, that's what it's called. Yeah, Hellforged. We can yeah, this is quite a fun one. I'm gonna go before I get bit by a pinky. So yeah, oh yeah, if you click the usual play button, it'll take you to the launch button, or you can just click on the tile itself. So yeah, I think that sums up everything. If you have questions, just throw them in the comments, and happy dooming.